NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. Now a carry for the former first-round pick of the Chargers. It's Melvin Gordon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 24-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Fakes the give to Gordon. Now here's Locke to throw. Got Gordon open, completes it. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. But for Melvin Gordon, he's certainly up for this one. He's going to get a chance at least twice a year to take on his former teammates, as he spent 5 years in a Charger uniform, but now he'll be doing his work against his old mates. They go back to Gordon here on 1st down. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A Bronco 1st down there, 12 yards on the play.
In the offseason, Melvin Gordon made the move over from the Los Angeles Chargers to the Denver Broncos. He stayed in the AFC West, and now he has a mission to get back to being mentioned as one of the top backs in the league. With a young quarterback, Drew Lock, there, expect him to catch a ton of passes out of the backfield and use his ability.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Kenneth Murray brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Another try after the 1st down sack. Locke. And his pass incomplete.
Pass thrown away and incomplete. It's now 3rd down and 1.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Block now to throw. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. They may have thrown the interception, obviously less than ideal, but I think they also sent a message that they're going to push the ball downfield in this one.
Yeah, not afraid to take their shots right away, huh? What was that, like a 9-9-9 route? 9 meaning go? Just went ahead and went for it. Didn't work out so well because it certainly appeared the defense was prepared. But I'm with you. Okay, so it didn't work this time. Doesn't mean we won't try it again later.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. After the turnover, here's Herbert. Man open left side, it's Williams. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 10-yard line.
4 yards remain on second down. Ball on the 10. Now it's Herbert. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Well, the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, and this time it's going to come from the middle linebacker because watching the lineman, it seemed to me that they thought he was going to drop back into pass protection, but he surprised them and came on the blitz instead and had a pretty clear run to the quarterback.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there.
They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They snap it to Herbert. And he finds Cook. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Jared Cook, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Chargers have taken a first-quarter lead. And the Chargers grab the 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Chargers 7, Broncos nothing.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it.
25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. They look to throw. It's Locke. He's going to go for a big play downfield. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Michael Davis. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
They'll start with the option.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
Eckler, of course, the Chargers' #1 running back this year now that Melvin Gordon is on the opposite sideline with the Broncos. But even with those two backs, the Chargers 28th in the NFL in rushing in 2019.
On 1st and 10, Herbert.
That's into the hands of Eckler.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
14-yard line.
Shotgun. Here's Herbert. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep two eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting two hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Out of the gun, Herbert. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Mike Williams, his 6th touchdown of the season. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead.
The full team is involved in this game early, aren't they? Go down the field, score on offense, take the ball away on defense, and go right back and score again. You got to like the way that's working for them.
That's exactly right. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, 2-score lead. A little bit like you at breakfast this morning. I got to get this in. You had a perfect omelet, dropped it, so a little bit of a turnover. You went right back, though, and got that omelet and crushed it.
You got to do what you got to do, man. You got to do what you got to do.
A little worried about your hands. And nothing but daylight ahead. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. Still going inside the 30. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get him in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over. This game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. It usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. This will make it into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
23-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Gun, Eckler running it. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. Going deep here for Allen, and that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, LA! Keenan Allen with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Chargers are going to add on to their lead. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it.
25-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but To go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball, trying to get things settled down a little bit.
A huge play there for Denver. 49 yards. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, ball's out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
On second down now, it's Gordon. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive, not much sense. Throwing now is Locke. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. So on 4th down, on comes Brandon McManus and the field goal unit for the Broncos. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. And McManus able to put it through. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
Taken in the end zone. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
31-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he's got Rome. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Chargers find a way to stretch their lead. The CD, I mean, there are touchdown runs, and then there are touchdown runs. And that one certainly fell into the latter category. And that deserves a couple exclamation points.
And this is a play defensively where you're just looking around and saying, what was that? What just happened? You're looking at your teammates. They're looking at you. And let's face it, your defensive coordinator, he's not going to tip his cap to him. That's not how football works. But he probably should have after that run. That was absolutely sensational.
And he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on Next Gen Stats. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
Look for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Lock going to hand it off here to Gordon. Gordon loses the football. It's loose. And this is recovered by the Chargers.
They may have the edge on the scoreboard, but that hasn't made them passive, has it? I mean, they've dialed up a pretty good run blitz there. And Brandon, you know that all blitzes aren't just designed to get to the quarterback and the passer. Sometimes you're just trying to take away every gap, every hole that might be created in the running game, and they did it to perfection and caused a fumble there.
Took away the gaps, took away the holes, took away the football. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. This is a counter play, Eckler, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Herbert now. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Bradley Chubb make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Long, it's Herbert. And he's got his man on the out route. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Give him 19 on the play, but they will still come up a bit short. And now it's 4th down. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. A shotgun snap for Herbert. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line.
First down.
That catch, by the way, number 505 of his career, and that ties him with a couple of other tight ends for the past, Frank Wycheck and Dallas Clark.
And those guys were excellent players, but how about what we're seeing right now? 505 and rising. What a nice career he's put together.
Herbert setting up to throw on first down. It's caught on the right side. Williams. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
At the Broncos' 10-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 3. Ball on the 10. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
And it brings up 3rd down.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on first down, but the defense does not budge on 2nd and 3rd.
A 26-yard attempt.
Badgley able to punch this one through, and that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's a 21-point game. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
25-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Locke going to throw. He's got his big tight end, Fant. 20, 10, and all the way home for the Broncos score. Noah Fant with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Broncos get a bit closer.
Well, that touchdown certainly helps, but they've got to go ahead and convert, get to the half, and figure out how to keep chopping down this lead in the second, don't they?
Yeah, they still need to regroup, and they still need to end the second quarter strong. A little bit of time left. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
18-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
2nd and 3.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
And it's 3rd down.
Herbert wants to throw it on 3rd and 1. Got a man. It's complete. Williams. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. The final shot before the break for Herbert. On the screen, this is Eckler. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
18-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. That's caught by Penning. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. He's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. got his man. It's Williams. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. He continues to deliver a first down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5. They'll run here with Eckler. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. Second down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Herbert. And here is a leaping catch. He pulled it in. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
On 3rd down, here's Eckler. Able to get away.
That's why you keep the legs churning.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets to the Broncos' 10-yard line. So there, Charles, I mean, a situation where it didn't matter how far he had to run, he was not going to be denied, and he winds up taking this all the way to the end zone.
And that's why he's one of the best running backs in the game today, because this run combined all the elements. Started with patience, and he was just waiting for the right lane to materialize. Then once he saw it, he used his speed and escapability in tandem and turned this into a tremendous play.
Herbert on first down now. Allen has it, left side. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He can make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Second and 10 now. 3rd quarter action in Denver. From the gun, Herbert. And this is complete. It's Allen. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. They go back to the ground now with Eckler. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Austin Eckler, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
A.J. Hamler on the return. The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. This is Gordon. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make it 3rd and 13. Shotgun snap to Locke. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Pulled in at the 24. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
You guys are garbage. Come on, what are we doing?
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. On the ground, it's Eckler. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Back to throw here, Herbert. He's airing it out for Williams. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Locke and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll hand this one off to Gordon. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Switch.
To throw it is Locke. This is the tight end fan. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Welcome back now to Denver. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Now Gordon on 1st down. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
ball carrier.
Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully.
And Locke throws another one. It's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
After the turnover, here's Herbert. He's got his man on the crossing route. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here is Eckler. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
At the 21-yard line.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. To throw again. Herbert. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. They're going option play on 3rd down. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
At their own 26-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Locke. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Reuben Foster, the former national champion at Alabama, gets in for the sack.
So 3rd and long now for Locke and the Broncos following the sack.
They run it here with Gordon. And down he'll go at the 25. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. Fielded at about the 28. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Charger drive about to get going. And it would appear that the open week a week ago came just at the right time as they have dominated the proceedings here into this 4th quarter. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to 3rd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. Once more, here's Eckler. And he's got the 1st down as he's up to the 45-yard line. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be given a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They're going to pass here with Herbert. He'll let this go for the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And he will take it on out to the 20-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on 1st down. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. This is Gordon as they go to him again. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
One final try for Locke. Flush to his right. He'll try and run it. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Chargers, they keep